everyone, if you're new here, my name is Freya, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos. If I sound a little bit sick, it's because I am borderline like having the flu. I don't think it's COVID, but I am pretty sick, and I feel kind of like worn down, but it's mainly just my throat and my nose, and it's so annoying. But the day must go on. I have a lot of stuff coming up in January, and I know that today would be one of the only days I could film, so here I am. I'm sitting down filming for y'all in my plaid jacket that literally looks like a sleep shirt. But that's okay with me because it's really, really comfy and exactly what I want right now. So anyway, I just wanted to preface with that saying if like I sound weird or my eyes are watering or something, I'm alright. I just have the flu and I'll be fine in like a week. So anyway, welcome to today's video. It's one I've been sitting on for a while. I feel like with all the content I did for Christmas, I have like my list of video ideas piling up now. Like I have so much fun stuff that I want to do. And so I thought, why not kick off my first recommendation video of 2023 with a banger? Okay, I know you guys love this trope. I love this trope. Everyone loves this trope. I've literally not met a single reader who doesn't love this trope. Yeah, I thought I would deliver on that front. I think you guys are gonna like this, especially for the first recommendation video of 2023. Kicking off with a bang, like I said, make it something special. So in today's video, I'm gonna be recommending you guys romances with a possessive and protective hero. Now, like I said, we all love a possessive and a protective hero. If he's protective of you, stands up for you, is possessive of you, and is like you're mine and mine only, and he's like obsessed with you, it's a perfect mix. Like those are the three things that I would like in a hero, and so these are the heroes that made my list for that. This was a long ass list, you guys. I could literally do like 3 parts to this, and I will at some point. I'm just gonna like divide them a little bit, but this is a long ass list. These ones that I'm gonna talk about in today's video are the ones that like really made the cut. They like really stood out to me. I hope you guys enjoy these recommendations, and I think these are the perfect possessive and protective heroes to me at least. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Before we get into the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stick around, and let's get into my top recommendations if you're looking for a possessive and protective hero. Okay, the first book I want to talk about is the Smoke and Mirrors duet by Jodi Ellen Malpaz. The first book is The Controversial Princess, and I recently read this one, and as I was reading it, I just knew that I would love it for a very long time, and that's mainly because of the dynamic between the hero and the heroine. So this follows Josh and Adeline, and Adeline is a princess. She is part of the British royal monarchy, and she's not like the next in line, but she's up there. So she's very important. The media follows her all the time, and so she kind of has this like carefully crafted persona, and the only person who's able to like crumble those walls and actually see her is the hero Josh. And so they meet when they're at like a gala together, and he is a American actress, and he's kind of like blowing up in Hollywood right now. He's like very popular, and they meet and they have this like instant chemistry kind of thing, but they definitely can't be together because number one, he is an actor in Hollywood and she's a princess. So I mean, there's a class difference there, and her family would not approve of him. So yeah, it instantly creates like a bunch of tension between them, but they already have such good chemistry and such good relationship development. Like I was obsessed with the beginning of this before they were able to get together in like the public eye when they were sneaking around and all that. I was obsessed with the way they acted with each other. They were obsessed with each other. Josh was like always there for her, and of course because their relationship is forbidden and they have to sneak around a lot for like a long ass time, because she's so popular, she has like a bunch of security guards and she has like a whole security detail, right? They have to keep her safe, but he like acts as if they're not there sometimes. Like he's like, I don't care if your family put the security detail on you, I'm getting another security detail for you too. So like he keeps her so protected, even though they're like sneaking around and she's kind of like putting herself in danger. He's just like so protective of her. It makes for a great forbidden romance, like literally an amazing forbidden romance. I loved it so much. Like I said, he's just so protective of her and also pretty possessive. Adeline is his and his only. That's the only way he sees it, and yeah, I love them together. I just can't get over the chemistry and the tension of this couple. Like it's so good. Okay, next I want to talk about Dark Notes by Pam Godwin. This one is another forbidden romance. It's a student-teacher romance and a bit more taboo because there is a pretty large age gap, but I just feel like it's so perfect for this trope because the hero in this one, I believe his name is Emerson, he's just like so protective of the heroine, and it's amazing to see. So when I thought of doing a video for this trope, this was one of the first books that came to mind, so of course I had to include it. So like I said, this follows Emerson, and I believe her name is Ivory, and she has had like a rough childhood. Like she's been through it, she's gone through a lot, she still is, and her only like happy place is the piano and music. So she goes to a special school that has a lot of like music involved in their curriculum, and that's where she meets Emerson, who is her music teacher. He also recently had like a blow up at a school that got him fired, and that's a bit of a hidden plot in here. Like he's got some secrets, but he is her new teacher, and they have this like instant chemistry thing. Like, once again, the chemistry for this couple too is so good because they see each other and it's just like instant flames, you know? So yeah, they have a lot of chemistry. It takes them a minute to like step over the lines of their student-teacher relationship. But yeah, them together was just so like fiery. They had so much passion. Yeah, very passionate. And there's some unforgettable scenes in here, y'all. Like, if you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. There are some scenes in here, like, hot damn, those ones are engraved into my mind, especially the one on the piano. Oh my god. So yeah, chemistry and passion, like, off the charts. But also, Emerson is very protective of her because obviously she had a rough upbringing and she's been put in a lot of circumstances that it's not healthy for her, it's not good for her, and it's scarred her a lot. So once he learns about this, he's just like, I'm gonna protect you no matter what. Like, don't worry about it, I will always be here, right? We love to see that. He's also really possessive of her because like all of the high school guys like hitting on her, and he can't do anything about it because he's our teacher. Like, how was he supposed to say that and nobody like not get suspicious, you know? So yeah, this was one of the first books that came to mind when I was thinking about this trope. Definitely think it fits this trope to a T, and definitely recommend you read it. Next up is a fave of mine. This also came like instantly to mind when I thought of doing this trope, and that is Inked in Lies by Gianna Darling. This is, I believe, like book 6 in her Fallen Men series. You can read them as standalones. Do I recommend you read them as standalones? No, but you can read them as standalones, so that's why I'm including it here. I've talked about the Fallen Men series a bit, but every time I just keep coming back to Inked in Lies. It's my favorite in the series. It's an amazing romance. Really unique too, like it's unlike anything I've ever read, and the feelings in it, the passion, the chemistry is just off the charts. Once again, Inked in Lies by Gianna Darling, a forever favorite, honestly. This is a childhood friends to lovers, best friend's brother romance. It's kind of a second chance romance. There's just like so much between them, like the good, the bad. They have like lies and secrets, but like they have so much love for each other, and it is amazing. So Nova is the hero in this one. He is a playboy, like straight up. He is a fuckboy. Like I said, there's a lot between them. There's a lot of stuff that happened after they grew up together, and there's a lot of secrets there. So like they start to unearth some things. Then they like have a moment where they're like, I love you, I've loved you my entire life. And then something happens and the heroine, Lila or Lilia, I cannot remember, gets tangled up in a bunch of shit, and she like isn't the character you think she is because she's like so much better. And I don't know, the twists and turns in that, they were so amazing. I love them so much, and I love this book so much. I highly recommend you read it as a standalone or the whole series. I mean, the whole series is banger, so I think you should read the whole series, but if you're looking for just a standalone, then Inked in Lies by Gianna Darling does it for me every time. Okay, this one I have only talked about like once, and I think that was in a wrap up, but When It Comes by Katie Ash is another book that I wanted to talk about for today. It's more of a fun book, okay? It's not like a book that you can take super seriously, but it's just a great fun read. So I read this one for spooky season. It is paranormal, and it's a ghost romance. So like I said, if you're looking for something fun, this is the book for you. It's steamy, it's swoony, it's got some mystery, and it's paranormal. It's got ghosts in it. It does have a happily ever after that I was very satisfied with. So like there is some things that will question you in this book, but if you like get to the end, then it makes sense. So the heroine in this one, she is having a bit of a rough go at life, but every time she falls asleep, someone comes to visit her in her dreams, and they always end up having sex. And it goes on for a while, but she also starts noticing like in her life, weird shit is happening. Like somebody comes up to her at her work and is like flirting with her and offers her a cup of coffee, but all of a sudden this coffee just gets like knocked out of the guy's hand and is on the floor. And then the guy like gets super embarrassed and runs away. And she's just like, why is this weird shit happening to me? Like, why am I always targeted? Like, I'm not clumsy. Like, this is not me. What's going on? And she's kind of going a little crazy, but she ends up going back to her like childhood town and learns a lot about her family, a lot about herself, and a lot about the guy that comes to visit her at night. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. It has a happily ever after, like I said. They do get together. Is it the ghost or is it not the ghost? I don't know. But yeah, if you're looking for a fun read with a hero who's very like annoyingly possessive, like I said, like somebody tries to flirt with her and gives her coffee. Oh no, his coffee's on the ground and he's running away embarrassed. I wonder how that happened. And that doesn't happen just once, guys. That happens very frequently. Okay, next up I want to talk about Make Me by Summer O'Toole. This was one of the hottest and like smuttiest books that I read in 2022. I included it in my hottest books of 2022 video, and I feel like it just needs another special shout out because the hero, Cash, he's over the top, okay? He's over the top possessive, he's over the top dirty talker, he's over the top protective, he's over the top like everything. Yeah, he has a chance to be a lot of people's book boyfriends. He is very hot, yeah, and the chemistry between him and the heroine is also amazing, so it makes for a great romance. This follows Cash and the heroine, who thinks that Cash killed her best friend, so she's gonna get revenge on him. Or should I say she tries to get revenge on him. He is a mafia man, and so obviously he can tell when somebody is attempting to stalk him a mile away. So it kind of makes for a fun plot, especially in the beginning. She's like trying to be like super stealth and like trying to stalk him and pin this murder on him, and he's just like laughing in the corner at her attempts to like try and stalk him, you know? So I really liked the beginning because I just found that really funny. Like even I could tell, like, girl, you're not good at stalking. But then once they interact more, he just has his eyes set on her and her only, and he is gonna make her his, and that's the end of the story. Yeah, once he does make her his, he will protect her against everything, and he does multiple times. There are some like villains in the story and some monsters that go bump in the night, and of course, because he's obsessed with her, he is protecting her every single step of the way. Every person that tries to come at them, he's protecting her. And there's some jealousy scenes in here too. Honestly, there's jealousy scenes in all of these. That's why they stuck out to me as like protective and possessive heroes. Like, he's possessive, there's a jealousy scene, and he's like, you're mine, nobody else's, and I don't know, that just sticks out to me because I love those scenes. Next up is No Saints by Rhea Wilde. This one is an enemies to lovers romance. It's an enemies to lovers mafia romance too, sorry. And it definitely delivers on the enemies to lovers. Like, it's hate to love in the way that they're like not mortal enemies, they just really, really hate each other, but it's also a little bit of a bully romance, but I feel like it's more like mafia hate to love. And when you're reading a mafia book, they tend to take it over the top, right? So it's an over-the-top mafia hate-to-love romance. Obviously, with it being a hate-to-love romance, you can tell from the beginning that there's passion in their romance, okay? There's passion from the beginning to the end of this book. And I don't know about you guys, but I love when I'm reading hate-to-love or enemies-to-lovers romances when the hero is like, I hate her, but she's still mine, and like only I get to bully her. It sounds literally so toxic and so dumb to say out loud, but I actually enjoy those scenes. Not for the whole book, definitely not. If I am in the mood for a hate-to-love romance, then I start off with that, and then he's head over heels in love with her and like never hurts her again in the end, and I'm like, yeah, it's all coming full circle. So this is kind of one of those books. It's definitely a hate to love romance, and it's definitely an over-the-top mafia romance. So Gabriel's obviously an anti-hero, but he makes it up in the end, at least for me he did, and yeah, then they get their happily ever after. Okay, last book is Skeletons of Society by Marie Maravilla. I've talked about this book a lot. I've talked about a few of these a lot, but I also have some fresh recommendations, so it was a good mix for you guys. But this one, I loved it, and I am so excited for book 2 that is coming soon. Like, I am dying for that book. It comes at the end of January. It'll be book 2 in the Toxic Paradise series, I'm pretty sure it's called, and I'm very excited. But today I'm going to talk about Skeletons of Society. So this is a cartel and MC biker romance. How good does that sound? So it follows the heroine, who is a badass cartel like leader, and her name is Ryan, so everybody underestimates her thinking she's a guy, and then she like comes out and she's like, yeah, what the fuck about it, and then just like destroys all of the men in the room. Like, we love to see it. And then the hero, Gunnar, is the like enforcer, I'm pretty sure, for an MC club. So that together is an automatic read for me that is automatically going on my TBR when I see that. And as soon as I started reading this book, I knew that I was gonna love it. Like, it was one of those books. I just started reading it and I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the shit, okay? Ryan is a very strong and capable heroine. She can handle her shit. But then Gunnar comes in the picture, and even though she's like, no, I don't need your help, like, I don't want to be in a relationship, I don't need you, he's like, that's okay, I'm gonna be here anyway. Like, you need like a shoulder to cry on, you need somebody to hold you, like, I'm right here. And slowly she's just like, okay, I kind of need you. And he's just like, yeah, I'm right here forever. And I don't know, there's just something about that dynamic. I love it. Like, I'm obsessed with that dynamic. When a hero knows the heroine can handle her shit but is still there for her, like, chef's kiss. Okay, everybody, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found your next read, or at least some books to put on your TBR. As always, my links are down in the description. You can find my Instagram, my Goodreads, my email, all of that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon.